This video will explain the installation of the Furrion 18K Non-Ducted Chill Cube air conditioner. The tools needed for this project are as follows.
Welcome to the Lippert Technical Institute. I'm Charlie and I'll be your technical instructor. Today we'll be replacing this old air conditioning unit with the Furrion Chill Cube variable speed rooftop air conditioner. So we have the rooftop unit, the mounting frame, the air distribution box and filter. We also have foam divider, all the hardware necessary to install the unit, remote control and housing, the electrical box and cover, flexible adhesive tape. Most rooftop air conditioner units are installed pretty much the same. You have the unit itself that sits on top of the roof. Then you have a mounting bracket and an air distribution box inside the RV, sandwiching the roof together. And for our first step, we're gonna go inside the RV and remove the mounting bracket and the distribution box from the old unit. Before we get started, let's go ahead and make sure that you disconnect all electricity from the RV, and that's battery power, shore power, and if you have a generator, go ahead and just make sure that there's no electric power that's supplying anything to the air conditioning unit. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we find all the mounting screws, perhaps behind these cosmetic doors or underneath this fan, that hold the distribution box up. So let's go ahead and find those screws and remove them.
All air distribution panels have varying amounts of mounting screws. Make sure you check all hidden areas behind doors and filters.
Before I remove this mounting bracket, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect all the wiring that goes from the air conditioning unit to the control box and the 110 electrical from the RV to the AC unit.
Now remove mounting bolts to separate the mounting bracket from the AC unit itself. To separate the AC unit from the roof, push directly in the center of the opening on the bottom of the unit until the seal breaks free from the roof membrane. Position the rooftop unit into the prepared opening using the gasket at the bottom of the rooftop unit as a guide.
Now we need to fine-tune and adjust the air conditioning unit that's just sitting on top of the roof so it's centered inside the opening. And we do that by reaching up there and basically just moving it around until that opening is perfectly centered in the opening of the RV.
Reach up into the return air opening and pull down the electrical cords. Make sure all ends are accessible for access. Dry fit the mounting frame. Make sure the "this way front" mark is facing the front of the unit. Measure the gap from the top of the insulated foam divider to the base of the AC unit and record the measurement.
Now that we've measured the gap between this foam divider and the rooftop, we're going to cut this foam divider to fit into that gap. So the first thing that we do is we recognize that there's a lip on the bottom of this foam divider that fits right inside this side of the foam divider and seals the roof to the air distribution box. So how to measure this and cut this, you take that 1.5 inches and measure it up from the top of that groove and make your mark. Now you can cut the foam divider at the recorded measurement height. Now we'll take this flexible adhesive tape and tape it on the inside of the divider, adhering the top to the bottom portions of the dividers. Now let's take the fully assembled mounting bracket and install it in the ceiling inside the RV with the provided hardware. To fasten the bracket to the ceiling, the 4 bolts need to be hand tightened first. This will properly thread the bolts into the air conditioning unit. Once they're threaded properly, then you can use a screw gun to tighten it up.
Evenly tighten the 4 bolts to a torque of 40 inch-pounds. This will compress the roof gasket to approximately 1/2 inch. Next, connect 120 volt wiring from air conditioner unit to RV wiring utilizing provided terminal block or appropriate electrical connectors. Now you can secure the P-clamps with provided screws to the AC unit. Fix the electrical box cover to the mounting frame attached to the air conditioning unit to seal the electrical box using the 2 short screws, one on each side. To install the ADB shroud, remove the filter cover, then remove the wire mesh filter and set aside. Install the ADB shroud over the mounting frame and secure the shroud with the 5 long screws as shown. Connect the Chill Cube wires from the control box to the wires from the faceplate of the ADB. Connect the black main control connectors together. Place loose wires inside the electrical box and secure panel with screw provided. Replace the wire mesh filter in the ADB shroud using the 2 screws provided. Next, install the filter cover by popping it into place.
Operating the Furrion Chill Cube can be accomplished a couple different ways. Number 1, you can utilize the buttons on the distribution panel, or you can use the remote control. Let's take a look at how those modes are selected on the air distribution panel. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to press the power key, and that'll turn the unit on, and then you come over to the mode button and select which mode you want. So for instance, we'll select cool, and that will turn the air conditioner on, and then you go over to the up and down arrows to select the temperature that you want. To change the mode, you're going to select the mode key again and go to the one that you want. For this example, we changed it to dry. So now we're just pulling humidity out of the air. Let's change it again to fan mode. Now all we're doing is blowing air around in the RV, circulating that air, and we can press this fan button to select the speed of the fan. Now for whatever reason you don't want the louver door to move the air and circulate the air, you just want it blown in a particular direction, you can press that swing button and stop that louver in its tracks and it won't move anymore. Now if you want to turn the whole thing off, you just press the power button and it's off. And the louver will return to the home position. To utilize the remote control, the buttons on there are almost exactly the same as it is on the air distribution panel. You have your on-off key, your mode key, your fan key, all that stuff you remember was on the unit itself. Now there are a couple different buttons on the remote control that aren't on the air distribution panel. Starting with follow me, this is going to allow the air conditioner to understand what temperature it is wherever the remote control is. So if you have the remote control in the bedroom and it says it's 73 degrees, the remote control is going to relay that temperature in the bedroom to the air distribution panel and adjust from there. So it's a remote thermostat basically. There's also another button called LED. So if you select LED, it's going to turn the lights on the air distribution panel so you can see what temperature it is and what mode you're in. Thanks for joining us at the Lippert Technical Institute. That concludes our installation video on the Chill Cube variable speed RV rooftop air conditioner.